Welcome back to Let's Play Just look at those name tags. Wait, how do we... Yeah, there we go. Wait, that's all of them. Wait, 84 question mark? What? 40 out of 40, 16 and 16, 16, 16, 66, 66. The number of the beast. Wait, no. I went 6, 6, 6. No, that's 4 sixes. That's not quite right. Why has it got the question mark though? Anyways, chapter 5. Kunsuke Kurzaki, back in senior high school, class 2-4. Body completely flayed with edge weapon, age 16. Well, we saw how he died. Well, we sort of saw how he died. I mean, it kind of faded to black, but Kazami pretty much stabbed him to death. Toko Kirizaki, back in senior high school, class 2-4. Cut out own tongue with scissors and choked on it. Age 17. You know, I don't think we actually saw her corpse, because, like, it's like I've gone, like, getting all the name tags and all after this playthrough, but some of these I feel like I only did last year when I originally played the game. So I'm not sure if we actually saw it, but she was that girl that, if you remember back in chapter 4, I think it was, with that alternate ending, she stabs Satoshi with the scissors. She was that girl who got her tooth punched out by Kazami, so she inevitably used the scissors on herself in the end. Yuya Kazami, Myakurin Senior High School Class 2-4, beaten to death with blunt instrument, whereabouts of body unknown, age 17. You know, I'm not sure if it's a spoiler or not, but it kind of feels like the game doesn't really explain it, but it's kind of theorized and I think maybe even confirmed, I think, in a later game or something, I don't know, that he's like, I don't know, I think he's that anatomical, whatever the hell thing, you know, in the science lab. I think that's actually him now. He's like somehow become that or something, I don't know. Mazuyuki Hayashi, Tendo Senior High School, Class 2A, caught in trap, bled out, age 16. These are obviously characters that we don't actually get to know, really. They're just kind of there because the game needed a body count. It wouldn't be a corpse party otherwise. Kyosuke Himonia. Himonia? Is that pronounced right? Tendo Senior High School, Class 2C, caught in trap and ripped arm from body, bled out, age 17. Hideki Tachibana, Tendo Senior High School, Class 3B, strangled to death by unknown assailant, age 18. It feels like this is kind of rhyming when I'm saying it. It just kind of sounds like it's a bit of a rhyme going on, but I'm not sure. Ooh, actually, pay more attention to these. Okay, caught in a trap and bled out. What kind of trap? It's like I keep mentioning it every now and then, but Blood Drive, the sequel that comes after the sequel, which is Book of Shadows, comes after that. So it's the third game, I guess, but whatever. In that game, they have traps all over the bloody place, like floorboards that are just like unstable, shards of glass and shit, and tripwires. But in the main game here, the original, those things were a lot more impactful because we didn't really see them. But when we did, it was like, oh shit! Like that one bad ending in one of the earlier chapters where the piano wire like trips and slices Ayumi in half. I mean, that's brutal as fuck. But in Blood Drive, you encounter those, you walk into them, and it can kill you. It does a lot of damage, but as long as you're like at full health, you don't get killed by it. And it's just not seem as impactful, really. But I wonder what kind of traps this person end up in. Because, I don't know, we don't really see the traps much, do we? We saw quite a few of the traps in, like, scattered around in that extra chapter with the tooth and all that, with Kazami and all that, which had the, Toko right here as the playable character. But I wonder, maybe it was one of those traps. But this one, caught in trap and ripped arm from body, I mean, damn! That can't have been a pleasant experience. Well, obviously not. Strangled to death. I don't know. It's like that one kind of seems like it might actually be like one of the other characters killed this person, possibly. It's like you gotta pay attention to where the bodies are found as well, because sometimes they'll have the notes and stuff around them, and it'll kind of further hint at how they end up dying. So maybe it was like the spirit of one of these maybe that died. Oh wait, oh, these two right here. Then the senior high school, class 3B, blunt force trauma and multiple fractures, died from pain, age 18. Shiho Hasegawa, Tendo, senior high school, class 2A, mobilized when tendons and legs were sniped, bled out, age 15. Like, these two are sisters, and I think they're the sisters, like, if you remember ages ago in one of the earlier chapters, there was like they have that flame thing represents spirits. Blue flame for friendly and orange red for hostile. Although they don't actually attack, really, do they? But they're like more like hates. I think it was this one, or maybe it was this one. It was that one that had the note saying about how she hated her sister for abandoning her or something like that. Well, these are the two siblings. I think they've actually got an image. I remember when I'd browsed through the Corpse Party Wikipedia for the characters, and I think these two had an image, so I think they might have had like a manga adaptation or something that showed them in more detail, I don't know. But I wonder about this one. This one, maybe he was killed by one of these two or someone else. I don't know, it's an unknown assailant there. Ario Seto, Hamazaki West Senior Private School, Class 2-4. Fell downstairs, died from spinal injuries, age 17. Ow. Makoto Naginoyama, Hamazaki West Senior Private School, Class 2-2. Died of loneliness, age 17. Well, that's depressing. So from that, it seems like this person must have survived a long time on their own and eventually just died, I suppose. And Mai Kumazaki, as a junior high school class 2-2, stabbed by child spirit with scissors, slowly slipped away into death, age 14. Yeah, those spirits really had quite a bit of a death count, didn't they? This is one that must have picked up. Well, yeah, because there were some name tags that I was missing, so this one is recent, I suppose. Maybe it's one of the ones. Well, we'll read it here. Toshimi Shinomiya. Ayazabe Junior High School Class 3-3. Came to Heavenly Hosts for data collection. Left Magnum Otis for posterity. Age 15. I wonder if that's the one that was in the bathroom. But I don't think it was, actually. It might have been one of the ones that was in the, I don't know. Maybe it was one of the ones that was in the hallway with the skulls. I don't know. Or maybe it was the one with the heads that are all lined up. Sunoko Tomura, Ayazumi Junior High School Class 3-4. Door closed forcefully on neck, beheaded, age 15. Damn! That must have been a lot of force to accomplish that. Jesus Christ. None of them were in the same class, though. Here's the ones. These are the 3 that were in the first extra chapter, Gentleman's Errand, if you remember. Those characters that were all like, yeah, it'll be fine, and they continued to walk until they could walk no more, because they met their end. And how did they meet their end? The leader, well, she kind of seemed like a leader because she was the one we played as, and she seemed to be the one that kind of tried to keep everyone, you know, in high spirits. What? That's a mouthful. Sashigawa's girls, middle school, class 1-4, tongue removed, went into shock and died, age 14. So she had her tongue ripped out. And I think all 3 of them, like their name tags, are found in that horrible room with the buckets of blood and guts and all kinds of nasty shit, and the table and all that, and the torture equipment looking shit. That's clearly where they go to, like, just... That's clearly where Yoshikazu sometimes probably takes some victims who don't die instantly. And he probably takes them there even if they die, because we saw him take Seiko there, so... That's probably what he does. He just goes around picking them up while they're alive or dead and goes about doing that, and that's just... Ugh. And now for the worst one, Shihaya Yamase. Mushigawa, girls middle school, class 1-4, dissected in underground room and cramped in bucket, age 14. Yep, that horrible description of that bucket, that was her. Then you remember her, right? She was that girl that, like, was too scared to go into the bathroom to get her bag back because she's like, She was the kind of timid one of the group. And the 3rd one is the one that we found at the back of the table, and it is Nari Yamatoya. Michigan girls, middle school, class 1-6. Only a name tag was found. Exact circumstances have never known. Age 14. Well, that's mysterious. Well, that makes it worse, really, if you ask me, because it's just like leaves you wondering what actually happened to her. I mean, she's obviously died, but don't know where the body was or how she died. I mean, maybe it's for the best. I mean, we saw her remains presumably, and that was nasty. And I don't think we saw her remains either. We just saw the name tag. I'm not sure, because I can't remember if it was in the same room or not, because in chapter 5, if I've already picked up a name tag in a previous playthrough, it doesn't show at the top of the screen when I pick it up, which is a bit annoying. It's weird, because it does that for the earlier chapters, but not the later chapters. It makes no sense. But she was the one who was kind of more pessimistic and just like, are you guys serious? We're kind of fucked here. And she was all like, no, we've got to stay positive, everyone. And she's just like, yeah. Fucked, isn't it? It's even more fucked, really, if you actually know the characters a bit, you know? Then it just has a lot more impact than, say, like these characters we don't really know anything about other than their death. But I wonder what that means about his magnum opus. I mean, what's that all about? Was there something else there when I found that? I don't think there was anything. Or was there? I'm starting to think maybe it was the one in the bathroom, because there was like glass around it randomly. So maybe, I don't know. These are like they just make you wonder. It's like, oh, what's all that? Wait. Oh, that's the middle school. That's the high school. So they got a middle school and a high school for the same place. Or the same name for the schools. Ryo Kazane, Mushigawa's girls high school, class 2-3, head completely smashed in with a blunt instrument, age 17. So we can assume that Yoshikazu killed her. His girl, right? Ryu. Well, yeah, it's a girls' school. Duh. Oh, these are ones that's new as well. So maybe these were the ones that were found in that hallway with the skulls. Ayana Mizono. Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 2-3, died in sleep alongside Beloved. Yeah, probably was then. Akurio Kuroyanagi. Oh, wait. I know, actually. Sensei Academy for Girls, substitute teacher. A popular teacher often brightened the room with his modest stagehand outfit and gentleman's cane. Age 25. So it's not just random teenagers, like... It's like with Miss Yui, she got stuck there as well, so it must have been a similar thing. The teacher was there, and they were like, "Hi teacher, let's do this search clever after charm thing," and then ends up getting dragged into it as well. So, it doesn't even say some of the how they died. I mean, how did this person die? Q Nishimura, Sensei Academy for Girls newspaper club advisor. Always loved the academy students and encouraged them to spread their wings. Age 27. Age 27? There must have been... That's interesting. So there's two... I wonder on that one. Sensei Academy for Girls music teacher. And another teacher... A teaching idol who received more love confessions from students than paychecks. Age 23. Togare Mita, Sensei Academy for Girls newspaper club assistant, the greatest writer in the academy. Was stored in the world before the whole curse thing happened. Age 20. Well, that's odd, isn't it? How'd these people end up here? Died along Beloved. Who was your beloved, though? Because it isn't here. That's weird. So you got a substitute teacher, a club advisor, wait, and a music teacher. It does seem to be a theme here, though. Newspaper club advisor, assistant. So they must have been members of that club, but then you got a substitute teacher and you got a music teacher. That's interesting. Kohaku Akaboji. Masada Miracle Brotherhood High, Class 2-4. Consumed by curse, faded from existence, age 16. That was the girl that was in that... I think it was the art room. She was staring blankly into the wall or the void, whatever, when Satoshi and Yuka were like, "Hello, are you?" And she's just like, I think she was mumbling or something to herself, but she didn't react, and she eventually faded from existence. It's weird, because I remember seeing, like, you can actually see, like, this black darkness from where she would used to be. Like, you can go back there and see that, but I can't remember what chapter, what point, or even what room it was. I'm not sure if I saw it in the LP or not, but yeah. Ken Fuji, Minister of Miracle Brotherhood High, Class 2-4, stabbed with scissors by child spirit, bled out, age 18. So, since I was new, what, I mean, where did I find that one? That's the annoying thing, I can't remember where I found half of these. Mio Kanaki, Hakuro, number 3, junior high, school class 2-2, stopped to death after disposition for Big Brother, age 15. Well, that's depressing. There was another one, wasn't there? Must have been, because, like, they're not all combined into, like, there could be one sibling in one chapter, and then later on in a different chapter you find the other one. So it's like, it's a bit jumbled like that. Taguchi Mizuno, Akira number 3, junior high school, class 1-4, died in sleep alongside beloved, age 17. Wait. Ah, we found them. They're from different schools. So that must have been her boyfriend then. Were they the ones that were in that room? Like they were side by side, holding hands, and basically just rotted away, and like someone put up a note saying something in like after they're just like, we'll be in heaven together and stuff, and they're just like, no you won't. Someone like cynically wrote something under it or something. Utami Nashimoto, Akira number 3, junior high school, class 3-5. Slit wrists alongside with friends under pretense of performing a reincarnation ritual. Bled out, age 15. What the hell were you thinking, man? Just like... And that this... Well, of course they wouldn't know, would they? They would not have a clue that in heavenly hosts you die and you live out how you die over and over again, which is terrible. But what would I have even done even without that? You'd just be dead. St. Marianne University High School, class 2-1. Buried alive by spirit of little boy, suffocated. Yuki Nishimiya, I forgot to say the name, I think. Age 17. Ooh. That's how Yoshiki got killed in one of the bad endings in one of the early chapters, isn't it? So it was that little shit. But it wasn't actually him that buried him, I don't think. I think it was Yoshikazu. I think, like... Because I remember seeing a CG in the PSP version for that bad ending with Yoshiki getting buried alive. And I think it shows Yoshikazu, so... Maybe... Because that boy can petrify if he, like... If your eyes meet, essentially, you become immobilized. So maybe during that, Yoshikazu comes around and he's like, well, here you go. Ah! That's probably what happens. And that's, Owen? St. Marianne University High School, class 2-1, died in sleep alongside beloved, age 18. Wait. Now we've got two couples going on, so I don't even know who's with who here. They're definitely from different schools, though. We got two couples somewhere. Koya Kazaki, St. Marianne University High School, class 2-1. Comforted friend with smiles and optimism until dying breath. Eventually withered away, age 17. I mean, all these are tragic, but that's... I mean, just picture, you got this person, they're stuck there, there's probably no way out, they're all gonna die there. But they try to be optimistic as much as they can to comfort their friends, in spite of it all. That's tragic. Kyosenda, St. Marianne University High School, Tea Club Advisor, at tea ceremony, avocado with an unwavering countenance, even in death, age 25. So we got another teacher of sorts. How come a lot of their descriptions don't even cover how they died? I mean, how'd you end up here? I mean, we can assume that a lot of these, like, did the charm in a big group, or maybe individual groups, maybe. St. Marianne University High School, class 2-1, drowned in pool of decomposing corpses, age 17. Yeesh. Marina Okada, St. Marianne University High School, class 2-1, comforted friend with smiles and optimism till dying breath, eventually withered away, age 18. So they pretty much got the same description there. I guess these two were friends and comforted each other till the very end. Ah, here's the one. Sayaka Ue. Such an odd last name there. I mean, how do you pronounce that? It's like Japanese, you got O, and then you got another one, so that indicates it's probably slightly drawn out, and then you got U, E, O, E, O, E. Sayak O, E, Malwina Academy High School, Class 2-1, died under mysterious circumstances while searching for a companion at age 17. She was in that room with all the corpses that Ayumi and Kishinoma, Yoshiki and all that arrived in from the incinerator. She's actually appears sort of, well, yeah, in Blood Drive. She's Naho's friend, and they did the charm to get there, clearly, because you can't get there by yourself. But of course, they didn't really go into details here, did they? They go into more details in the sequels. I'm not sure if they go into details in Book of Shadows, because I haven't played that. But it goes into details in Blood Drive. Naha Sayonaki Academy High School Class 2-1 succumbed to darkening, lost consciousness and faded away. Spirit lived on, age 17. So, she was kind of like, I mean, really, if you think about it, she's kind of responsible in a way for how shit got out of hand, because she posted how to do the charm on her blog, thus making more people try it. But yeah, so she went there with her, and I guess they got separated at some point. And like I said before, she kind of has a lesbian crush on her, sort of thing. It's kind of like Naomi and Seiko in a way. Sort of. They seem to do that quite a bit. Shibagami private senior high school class 1A, strangled to death, age 16. I wonder, actually. There was like name tags that were in like one of the toilets with like loads of them were hanged. So maybe it's a name tag from one of those, or maybe it isn't. I don't know. I can't really remember because there's so many name tags, and because in chapter 5 they don't show it at the top of the screen if I'd already got it before, it makes it hard to identify them. So I wonder about that one. Ryota Kumagawa, Shibagami Private Senior High School Class 2-1, took it from blunt instrument for friends, died of injuries, age 18. I imagine they'd jumped in front of Yoshikazu, I suppose. He'd probably kill this person as well, I wouldn't be surprised. He's got quite a body count. Yuki Sakakibara. It's like Japanese is such, you know, like it's like you got Sakakibara. It's quite a mouthful, you know. Shibagami Private Senior High School Class 2-1 believed in power of friendship until dying breath, eventually dehydrated, age 17. Can't help but think of Yukio there, but still tragic. 2-1. 2-1. They're both in the same class, but maybe this one is the one that this one saved, but they eventually died of dehydration. Oh wait, could have been this one as well. Izuru Okami, Shibagami Private Senior High School Class 2-1, with it away from dehydration, age 17. Yeah, they both kind of died in similar ways then. These three probably were together, and maybe this one as well was there with them as well. Wait, how is that 1A and that's 2-1? Did the naming numbering for their classes change on the second floor or something? It doesn't even need to be on the second floor, really. Maybe one side of the building has it like 1A, 2A, and so on, while the other one's like 1, 1, 2, 1. I don't know. Or maybe it's just for one. I don't know. That's a little confusing. And this is another one. Oh wait, this one probably was from the ones with the heads all lined up. Sepia Arezube, Shashino Academy Middle School Class 2C. Caught in changing hallway during earthquake. Head crushed by newly formed wall. Age 13. Ooh. That's kind of been nice. You know, however time, this feels like I've been going through this for ages now. Man, 30 minutes of nothing but name tags. Jesus Christ. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's look through every single name tag in the game. Mitsuki Yamamoto, Byakurin Senior High School Class 2-4. Backslashed open with edge weapon. Bled out. That was that woman, that girl that was running around screaming, I think in chapter 4. But eventually Kazami caught up to her and killed her. She was, I don't know how to describe her other than that. But we did encounter her, but she ran off screaming. It's kind of like this girl, but it isn't this girl. If you remember, when they all arrived there, they were looking for two characters, and Mitsuki, that's how she called her. You remember that girl, right? And eventually Kazami caught up to her, I guess. So I read those two. And this one was the other one that didn't... Wait, no, he's not the one, actually. It's this guy right down here is the guy that was with her. They were at the start of one of the chapters as well. And we actually... well, we don't see, we hear this guy getting hit. But surprisingly, I don't think he dies from it. But whatever. Yosuke Karayama, back in senior high school, class 2-4, pushed downstairs, suffered compound fracture and bled out, age 17. Kazami kicked him down, and, well, we saw that. Tomohiro Okawa, back in senior high school, class 2-4, sliced up with edge weapon, bled out, age 17. Another victim of Yuya's sadistic killing spree. Kai Shimada, Byakurin Senior High School Class 2-4, sliced up with edge weapon, bled out, age 17. He got killed by the child spirits, if I recall. Masato Fukuroi, Byakurin Senior High School Class 2-4, struck with one weapon and stabbed with another, bled out, age 17. Yeah, it even says it. He was hit by Yoshikazu, essentially, and when he was like running with her, so that obviously slowed down Yoshikazu a bit, but Yoshikazu didn't finish him off, so Kazami came around while he was still alive and finished him off, essentially. Emi Orabe, back in senior high school, class 2-4, skull cracked open with blunt instrument, age 16. Yeah, Yoshikazu got this one. She was the one with the glasses. Were they all in the same class? I guess they were. They also get a little bit more extra story in Blood Drive, and I think they also get like alternate scenarios for some of these characters. I think, anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe in Book of Shadows they got like some further development, but they get some development in extra chapters where we see like their school life and all that before it all happens in Blood Drive, and well, it seems mostly focused on him, because he's like, he keeps trying to one-up Kazami. He's like, I will beat him at something, damn it! And then you got all the other characters around there at the same time as well. Yeah, I read that one. Well, Yuya Kumada. So we got another Yuya, but not a sadistic one. Tendo Senior High School, Class 2A, starved to death while searching for a friend. Age 17. Yeah, read that. And that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I wonder. When they were searching for their friend, maybe they starved to death and then, in death, possessed and strangled their friend. But they're not even in the same class. But like that really matters, then? No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they died by Yoshikazu's hands. Did I read that one? Yes, Senator Amazaki West Senior Private School Class 2-4 fell downstairs, died from spinal injuries, age 17. Soshi Matsubara, Amazaki West Senior Private School Class 2-4, drank contaminated water, died vomiting, age 16. That's why you don't drink water from the taps there. I'm surprised there's even any water there, to be honest. Other than the pool, of course. Oh, there was also the rain outside, which somehow seems to not be contaminated, I guess. You'd think everything would be like that, essentially, because it's not. It's like, it's in like, I don't even know what you'd even call it. Like, they call it the different spaces and blah. So it's not quite their reality, is it? Masa Kojima. Sagi West Senior Private School Class 2-4 attempted to drink own blood. Bled to death. Well, that's something. Takuyuki Motomura Amazaki West Senior Private School Class 2-4 suicide upon discovering little sister's lifeless remains, age 17. Well, that's depressing. Hiroko Motomura Hamazaki West Senior Private School Class 2-4 with away from dehydration, age 16. So I guess that's his sister then. Mikoto Nagarayama Hamasaki West Senior Private School Class 2-2 died of loneliness. Yeah, read that one, age 17. It wasn't even in the same class as any of the other ones. But I assume they all came together, probably. Maybe. I mean, can't have gone there on their own, because that's impossible. Wataru Kanzaki, Lexern Senior High School Class 3-2, gave up on escaping and committed suicide with beloved, age 17. Now, and I guess they're the couple in question. Naoki Minatogawa, Lexington Senior High School Class 2-4, gave up on escaping and committed suicide with beloved, age 16. Went in the same year by the looks of it. Nakia Arai, Lexington Senior High School Class 3-2, died in pool, unaware of own demise, age 18. I think that name tag for this one was found in one of the lockers. I think, like, if you remember, I think it was chapter 4 or 3. Might have even been 2, but I don't think it was 2. It was probably 3 or 4. There was like a shadow figure that moved across the screen in the locker room by the pool, and I think that was probably the spirit of this person. Kairi Kimura, Lexington Senior High School Class 2-4, wounded during earthquake, bled out, age 17. Now Takahashi, Lexington Senior High School Class 2-4, with away from dehydration, age 17. Emi Kudo, Lexington Senior High School Class 3-2, willingly offered own flesh as food to sustain friend, age 17. Jesus Christ, it's that one! Oh man, remember that? Oh wait, it even says the chapter right here, doesn't it? Chapter 3, 2, 4, 4. Damn. Ooh. So who was the friend? Was it you? You? Probably not you. And obviously not these two either. Could it have been one of these three? Hirone Tanaka, Aizume Junior High School Class 2-6, drowned after friend was killed by a child spirit, age 14. I suppose they were probably killed at the same time in the same way then. Mike Kumazaki, Izumi Junior High School, Class 2-2, stabbed by child spirit with scissors, slowly slipped away into death, age 14. I think I read that one, actually. Oh, yeah. So who was... They're both in Chapter 5. But what was their magnum opus? Seiko Tanaka, Izumi Junior High School, Class 1-2, possessed while passing to second wing. Suffered mental collapse, age 13. Well, that's different. And none of them seem to have been killed in the pool. I assume it's probably these two. These two are probably the friends, I'd imagine. Like they got stabbed and slipped into death, and the other one drowned. Hikari Kirigami, Mishigawa Girls Middle School, Class 1-2, bled out from injuries, age 13. Oh, she's from the same school as those three. I didn't notice that. How the hell did she get there then? Did she do the charm with these three? If she did, I guess she probably maybe... Well, they're not even in the same class. But then again, neither of these. Oh wait! Didn't they say something like they were looking for their friend or friends? So maybe it was like with the ones from Kazami's school, maybe they all got separated. Like, some of them, like, got together straight away. It's, well, not just that, actually. When you think about it, the main characters also had a similar thing, didn't they? They all got spread out in different locations. They didn't all spawn into the heavenly hosts together, did they? They were like in different spaces, in different places, and all that. So I guess this one must have been on her own. Mika Naruse, Mishigawa Girls High School, Class 3-3, skull cracked open with blunt instruments. Oh, they both got smashed. It's weird, isn't it? It's found in Chapter 3, found in Chapter 5, but they pretty much clearly got killed by Yoshikazu, probably around a similar time, I'd imagine. Like, probably one after the other. Man, way back in Chapter 1, eh? Koito Fujiwara, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 1-2. Skull cracked open with blunt instrument, age 15. Another victim of Yoshikazu, by the sounds of it. Yuzaha Mikami, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 1-2. Ribcage smashed in with blunt instrument, age 16. Probably another one of Yoshikazu's. Sasha Shinonome, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 1-2. Ribcage smashed in with blunt instrument, age 16. Same one then. Asuka Kato, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 1-2. Skull smash cracked open with blunt instrument. Man, age 16. You must have freaking gone on a freaking killing spree here. Sensei Academy, wait, no. Rako Fujiwara, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 2-3. Found not with little sister's remains, starved to death while mourning. Damn. Ayana Misono, Sensei Academy for Girls, Class 2-3. Died in sleep alongside beloved, age 18. So we got another one that died alongside their beloveds. Now these three, since they're all in Chapter 1 and from the same class, they probably died possibly not even too long before they'd arrived in their location. Chapter 1 was from Naomi and Seiko's perspective, so they must have died in the space that they were in. Not too long ago, probably. And all at the same time, by the sounds of it. And read that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, let's actually try to piece this together then. So you got a music teacher, newspaper club advisor, substitute teacher, and another club assistant. From chapter 1 you got these 4 that were all killed in a similar time, all from the same class. She died with her little sister while mourning. Could it have been one of these? Well, it could have been from a different school even. Because, like, if you think about it, like, Yuka isn't from the same school as everyone else. So, if she were to die and had her name tag, kind of thing, if, like, it was, like, in an alternate scenario where it's a different group, she'd be from a different school and she'd be, like, trying to link it together that way. So maybe it's something like that. But I wonder here, like, did all these teachers, like, join with these 6 of them? Were they all somehow just like, hey, let's all do the charm? But at the same time, with the descriptions and all that, it just makes it seem like they probably threw these characters in because, well, add variety rather than it just being like, oh, this person was in this class. No, let's have a few teachers in there as well. But they've got no descriptions on their deaths.